somehow sick from yesterday to today. Somehow lost part of my voice. So if I sound a little today, that's why. Yeah, let's go back to this game. I'm so excited. I'm gonna play it just a little bit. Maybe 2 hours or less. We'll see. Okay. Yesterday we were just getting to the city.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
I know how you feel.
Same.
Spacer's Choice takes care of its own.
Is there a way to put your weapon away? I feel bad just like having. I feel like there isn't. Yeah, but because I know like other games have your weapon out, talk to people. Set. I have a feeling. Point. Tickets. Hobson. It's the main guy. Try it again, try it again. You're your toes. Crap. That one sounds suspicious. So let's keep that one in our memory banks or whatever. Sounds like a treasure. Probably get. They're just free to. Is it really? Sliced bread. It's health, right? I think this is like an inn. Robert? Oh. I'm not completely blind on this. I watched this a little bit. Pavarti is like Jews from what I saw. Naive. That's kind of sad to think. Gyrosite? Oh, nice.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauders got in.
Just between us, Wilson deserted. Lost his nerve. Ran off in the thick of night.
You kidding me? Damn. Always thought he was made of sterner stuff.
I think he was plagued. Guess he didn't want to die in the sick house.
Plague? Ah, shit. I had some of the salt tuna.
You moron.
So. I knew I would find something back areas. Okay, let's not go too far yet. I'm kind of like making my way slowly around the town. I feel like I want to come back to this later. Yeah, this is like the like to go. Let's go back to that.
Got my sights on you.
Oh, let's say. But a big toad customer. Sting.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got quotas to make.
Yeah, no smoke breaks. Get back to work.
I don't have time for this.
Here. So much it's a thing. 5? Prince. Oh. I never use buff stuff. Gosh, look at all this scrap. Oh, I can use it.
You're safer inside the walls.
Stendo sight. Sorry, I keep picking things up way too fast. I don't even... Weapon range plus 25. Oh, that would be... Weapon. I hope I get one soon. I don't know why, but usually in games like this, a sniper rifle is very hard to come by. Not understand. I think this is where you talk to them.
Talking to the good vicar always lifts up my spirits.
It's yesterday, but save.
Work fortifies the spirit.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking of deserting, are you?
What? No. And I resent the accusation.
Wasn't nothing but a question. Do excuse me.
I must be on my way. Verity to you.
Yeah, excuse you.
Talking to the good vicar always lifts up my spirits.
Mind your business, Mary. That's Mary. Got going. I can steal.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
Yeah, how do you know I'm an outsider?
Not to put too fine a point on it, but your choice of wardrobe is not precisely common hereabouts. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal.
Seem kind of dismissive.
Oh, nothing could be further from the truth. I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town.
Ain't your job to erase that?
Yes, but there are few who hear me in this miserable place. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here.
Yeah, miserable?
Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to distress. This place could be so much more, and I will continue in my quest to make it so.
Power regulator.
Mechanical tomfoolery is well out of my purview. I suggest you take such matters to Mr. Thompson in the cannery. Oh, and a word of warning. If you're considering wandering around outside the safety of the town, you'd best be cautious.
Why?
Marauders are about. Though if you are planning on venturing outside, I do have a proposition that may interest you. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Yeah, why are you after...
I just want to keep the writing out of laymen's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
What's in this book?
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
I'll look for it, I guess.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Oh.
Any progress on that matter we discussed? Please, get it.
Oh, what is it? Oh, history.
A religious text deemed heretical by the OSI as an unsafe object at large. Though I understand why a collector would desire to possess such a rare book. Because I'm also a collector of books. Rare things in this colony. Appreciation of the written word outside monthly periodicals is virtually unknown here. They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No? How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
Yeah, that's what you're selling?
Selling? No. It is free for all who seek it. I'm sorry you don't find these tried and true words of wisdom to your liking. The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan. The Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson. Mock me all you want. I know my beliefs to be true. You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us.
Sound like a very motivational philosophy.
We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties of every particle in the universe and its trajectory, we will know everything. The future, the past, each person's place within the plan, all will be laid out before us, removing struggle and bringing peace. No one will ever need question their path again. Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin to grand architects ourselves, after a fashion. Well, first there's the matter of the secret blood rites and animal sacrifices. I'm kidding. Seriously, though, to truly understand the metaphysics involved takes years of study and contemplation.
Goodbye. Sounds interesting. What's that red? Is this because it's science? Oh, broken? Oh, because it.
Something got you down?
Nothing. Just don't want to fall sick.
Been in here already, right? Okay, still tuna?
Just gotta keep our heads up.
Unscheduled amputation. It's Mrs. Dress. Oh no, we don't want that. -5 still. Hard. Rat. Sprat. Ooh, almost picked all of that up. What's that turn red? Can I Oh. Almost picked it up, but yeah, like it's active, so I feel like I would die. Back to that. So much. Mr. Acid. Ooh. Spacers! Plus! This guy. See. Hobson. Haven't met him yet.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
So fees I'm here to collect?
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Yep. Pay for your neighbors.
If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
Said this guy shot himself?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Tough losing family.
Eugene wasn't family.
That's an awful thing to say about your relative.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
What? Gonna do arrest his corpse?
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
What of? You didn't?
Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
I don't know. I'm kind of siding with Spacer's Choice. I think that's illegal what they're doing. Should bring it up. Perpetrator. That mag pit. We're all in this together. Theodore buried? Damn. So not only Eugene, but also this don't look like tuna. This looks like they're using something. Yeah, what? You're feeding that bodies into this. This goes down to the inner. What the hell? This ain't salt tuna. Wow, 2 to 4 weeks to process your sick leave. Oh my god. Oh. So messed up.
Miss Holcomb, I need you to explain this big lesson.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what...
Seems we've got a guest.
Oh, oops.
Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning
I
of
didn't
your
mean to
arrival,
interrupt
or I
Parvati.
might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
I'll wait until you're finished.
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just... old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you?
This game's really fun so far, Zuna. Let's start with introduction.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
Or for Spacer's Choice.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
I'm looking for a power regulator.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Let's hear it.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Oh, what a surprise.
I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
You got a point. Yeah, deserters, they gotta get back to work. Why?
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
See, I don't blame them for walking out.
Neither do I. The fault was entirely mine. I pushed them too hard. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
Yeah, what if they don't want to come back?
That is not a hypothetical I enjoy entertaining. We need Adelaide back. Nonetheless, I will settle for the return of her followers. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
I'll see. Oh, I can't make any promises.
Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. A sign of good faith for so politely listening to me as I ramble on.
Are you setting off for the Vale? because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide.
Sure, providing.
I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you.
Sure.
Great. I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Bye-bye. Their skills enhance my skill.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Stealing me? Oh. Excited. Let's try that. Said nerd. Yeah, it is.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
What's up? That's okay. Yeah, I usually am streaming Final Fantasy VIII. This is like my off night. This is about the deserters, right? Yeah, he didn't strike me as the most honest soul.
Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
You're right. Yeah, when I first watched you play this game, I said the same thing. I'm like, oh, her voice sounds so familiar. And then we looked it up, and I can't remember what was familiar, but she's like a big name. Now this town's got issues.
Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Ask me to find a book.
Books are for rich folk. I wonder what he wants with something like that. About if what Mr. Thompson proposes to do is upright. Leaving Miss McDevitt's folk to their fate. Their neighbors. Kin. And maybe he can think of something else to try. Something we ain't. He used to go walking outside town. Maybe he found something that'll help. It's just an idea. That's all.
Don't worry, Papa.
Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Oh. Oh, poor. Wait, it's this way.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Any progress on that matter we discussed? Ah, Miss Holcomb. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
This here's Vicar DeSoto. He's always offering spiritual counsel to those that need it.
Thank you for the kind assessment, Miss Holcomb. I admit, I've been quite interested to make our outsider's acquaintance. Please get it. What would you like to discuss?
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Two.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
What do you think?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice? Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are.
Okay. Leveled up! Okay. Oh my gosh, 10 points. That's so many. So, I don't have any intelligence. My girl, dumbass. Let's see, what do I want to put? Oh, she gives me points on lockpick and pursuit. Two. Definitely want to listen to dialogue. Some rest stealth. Why? It affects. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, she's Potato Girl? What else is she? Tiny Tina. Seven?
You're fast.
Yeah, I am fast.
Something you need? You mean about the mission being too clean? I know, but Vicar says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk.
Oh my gosh.
The machine Vicar sees is one that ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf under glass.
I accidentally clicked on my other monitor and it somehow magically timed you out. I'm so sorry, Sidner. So I have moved my mouse to the other monitor and it accidentally perfectly clicked. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. What are the chances that on the very off chance it moused over timeout on your... Oh my gosh. I was like, wait! I went over to refresh the viewer list because for some reason the mod view doesn't automatically refresh the viewer list. I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah, definitely. That's why. Yeah, let me put you back on timeout.
The vicar's about the only soul in the Vale who spends his time thinking on what is and ain't right. It's just that when he looks at me, I feel I'd disappoint him.
You're calling PETA? That's funny. We didn't go in the sick house. Whose house is this? Wait, so did that require 7 lockpicks? That means I'm not using any 7/0. I think I'm not. Cigarettes? I think there's someone here I needed to talk to. Yeah, that's a good idea.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
Silas sent me.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
Okay.
I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Yeah, I gotta watch out for those mechanicals.
That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
I'm for hire.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saw tuna cans, mostly, some Spacer's Chaw, few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid.
I don't know if I want to. No, I don't want to. We'll do it.
Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the resistance a bad name.
You need that.
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
Actually,
Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
oh wait.
Bring us honor, soldier. Go on. You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you, scanning you with its murderous oculars.
Pretty creepy.
Mechanicals have been programmed to eliminate the human race. They've been programmed to replace us. First, they will rob us of our jobs. And once they have taken away our livelihoods, they will take away our very lives.
True! This guy's got a point. Yeah, they took our jobs! Damn mechanicals!
Easy.
The pallets! Sorry, there's just so much. It's 20.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh. I was just leaving.
Just don't make more paperwork for me, all right?
Oops. I'm sorry. It's my... Oh, it's still neutral. %. Oops. I didn't know it was illegal. Okay, what is my quest? Let's go back to small grape matter. Let's go talk to the old Abernathy. Oh. Wrong button.
Something got you down?
Nothing.
Okay, we'll take care of this quest and then I have to go.
Have your rations yet?
Something came up.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me.
Okay.
Because I'm sick. You don't want to associate with people in the sick house. We're not worth your time. I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk.
Oops, I'm so sorry. Wow, she sounds just like me. We're both sick. Yeah, you make it sound like I'm being watched.
The walls talk, is all. We all got sights on each other. Any of us breaks company protocol, boss is gonna hear about it from 6 different mouths. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. You don't want what we've got.
I got some drink.
Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble.
I obviously need help.
That's kind of you to say, I suppose. But I don't need help. What I need is to understand my own folly. Company always tells us, weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder. Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work.
Yep. Should have taken more pride in your work.
I'm glad you see things my way, and not for nothing. but I appreciate you giving me the time of day. I'm feeling a touch faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell.
It's nice.
Boss won't let us have any adrenaline time.
Oh, that is a body.
Not a peep from me.
Huh?
Huh?
Something's not right. Open fire! Drink the company ammo!
Oh. Gosh. A lot of dead bodies in here. What's going on? What's up? Okay.
What was that? No prisoners!
No prisoners.
Serves you right!
Okay, so Abernathy's in. I thought he was in the sick house. I must
Yes,
have
Mr.
forgotten.
Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
You gonna tell me what's got you so nervous?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
I'm positive you mentioned something about being plagued.
You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable.
Yeah, I should at least cover your mouth.
And become the town pariah? I'm already the oldest worker in town. I don't need to give him another reason to avoid me. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't ya? Do a good turn for an expiring old man?
How can I help?
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
So fast.
I'll do what I can.
And these haircuts.
I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy.
I'm sorry, guy. That's just how it is. Hey, don't look a day over 90.
Tell myself the same thing every morning. You seen those young workers at the cannery? What with their unbent spines and pristine knee joints? I can't compete with that.
There's guards.
You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand.
I mentioned
It
marauders.
is a reality of life in the Vale. Grass is brown, sky is gray. Marauders are outside the walls.
Good enough.
So you'll do it then?
Okay.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
Jesus Christ.
I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Look, I got my gravesite fees right here. See? I'm good for my word. Get me that medicine, and I'll see to your payment.
Well,
you're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Esther? Okay, well, on that note, we will go ahead and save, and I will continue this very soon. Probably Monday. Hey everyone, have a good night. See you next time.